Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video I'm going to teach you how you can fasten up your projector. If it's an Android projector, you're going to have 3 to 5 times at least speed upgrades, and it's going to be totally free. But you can go further in the upcoming tutorials. I did similar content for TVs. Let's do it in a different way for projectors. But in this video I'm going to include also smart Android dongles. Right now probably you're trying to figure out the hardware. This is a 135-inch image, and this is ViewSonic X2. Image might be a little looking bit of pale, but actual reality, I've opened up the video lights so you can see me while I talk about it. Image is better than you see, but I'm going to show you something interesting. Right now in this video, I am using the Realme 4K dongle, and it's giving the Android power to this device. So normally it's not fully Android capable device. So what I'm going to be showing you in this video will be applied to smart projectors, and I'm going to tell you which kind, and also smart dongles if you have dongles like this, Google Chromecast, Realme 4K, even Xiaomi if you can find the specs in their operating system. So I'm going to hit home button, and what I'm going to do is trying to speed up the Android. We're going to be focusing on the specs. First, you got to go to the developer settings, but before that, for dongles, I must say something pretty interesting. Dongles have a couple of resolution options instead of just projectors. Projectors don't have this menu, but if you have a Realme 4K dongle or 4K capable Google licensed L1 secure dongle, you might have a dedicated section for resolution, and that really changed the speed. I'm going to come to the clearing the cache and how you can, add the developer options, how you can make things faster. But let's start with the settings. So I'm going to go to the settings. Okay. Here we have, this is the Realme 4K, but if you got an Android dongle, you will have a menu like this. When you hit the display and advanced display settings, here we have the resolution of 4K 60p, because this projector is a 4K 60p and 1440p at 120 Hz gaming capable Xbox certificate projector. What I'm going to do is from this menu, it says auto switch to best resolution. Okay, if you got a 4K TV and 4K projector, this might get things complicated, because the higher you go on the actual resolution of the entire menu, your hardware will lack of the power. But lower you go on the resolution, you might think, hey, this guy is lowering the resolution and ruining the picture quality. Bear with me. I've made my explanation in my early videos. So I'm going to switch from 4K 60p for this projector, and I'm going to go Full HD 60 Hz, and it will restart. The reason behind it, 4K is going to be applying, 2 times this width, 2 times the height of a resolution, 4 times more difficult task for a dongle. And it will be similar task for your projector. So this will make things faster. You see? Menu is getting more faster. Let me just go here. It moves already fast, and you're not going to feel totally too much of a difference. The reason behind it is actually in the menu, you're not going to be looking out for 4K to 8K resolution. Of course, if you're a pixel peeper and if you got a 135, 150-inch image like this, you might pixel peep and you might see some sharpness loss on the smaller text that you go. Like smaller you go, you will feel a little bit of less of a quality, but it's not the total thing, because we're going to play video or a game, and especially for dongles we're going to play video. So this will really speed up for 4 times less hardware. So you might be thinking, hey, this guy won't be able to play 4K content. Let's see. I'm going to the YouTube. Reason that I'm showing you this section, because people don't know this. Right now, this video is playing from Realme 4K dongle, which I use all the time, And as you can see, I got 2K resolution and I got 4K at the top. So I can play 4K video inside of a Full HD menu signal or entire signal. What that means, you might be saying you are skipping some of the frames or pixels, basically, not frames, but pixels. Yes, right now I'm playing 4K. But the video detail, amount of the detail video got is the same. So image is moving and you're not going to be able to too much of a see that resolution difference. If you have a good projector, you won't feel it. Of course, I'm not saying it's as good as the 4K natural signal and inside of that playing 4K. I'm not recommending you to do so, but if your hardware is getting slower, you can consider this. And my Realme 4K dongle is not the best out there. So I am keeping my menu in Full HD most of the time. Time to time it goes automatically from device to device, finds itself in the 4K in the auto mode. But for me, Full HD is the king. So I'm going to come back. I've explained it in another video how this much of a picture quality that it affects with a 720p projector, so you can watch that out. So the second thing, of course, the most important part that we are going to be doing this is going to the system. And from the system, we're going to go about. And from here, as you can see, we got a kernel version and Android build. I'm going to hit 3 to 5 times, and now I'm a developer at the bottom. So you got Android TV OS built, and you hit it a couple of times, and you're good to go. So when we come back, we got the developer options. What I'm going to do, similar with many of the TVs that I recommend people, you go here for animations. Right now we got a window animation, transition animation, animator duration. These things are popping up animations, so things will flow smoothly and icons go big and small with animations. But if you close them, it will be jumpy, but it will be a lot faster. Let's take a look. I'm going to close all of them, okay? You've seen the menu, and I'm going to go animation off, animation off. You can also go 0.5. Hit the menu. You guys see the difference? So let's go for another menu. Okay, it's feels like a little bit of jerky, like without an animation, but it moves faster. Take a look at this, a lot faster. So you will add probably 20 to 35%, kind of like maybe up to 40%. Not 50%, I am sure, but you are going to get a lot faster. Do you have to do it? Do you have to feel like it? Okay, then from 1.0 to go 0.5 speed of animation. That way you will double the animation speed and you will increase still the speed. This is without any new animation. As you can see, if I go back and forth, it feels like a little creepy, okay? Not going with a smooth animation, but just directly going to the second menu. But I am okay with that, as long as I got the speed. Other than that, what you can do is go to the all settings again, apps, okay? So you're going to see the apps that you use, and of course the storage that they use. If you have unnecessary apps that you don't use, you can directly delete them, because lower you go on the storage, less than 10% will be awfully slow, like from an SSD drive to an old hard drive. It will be huge. The difference between the bicycle and the plane, kind of like speed difference. Don't go below 10% of the storage. And the cheaper you go with the Android, let's get close. Cheaper you go Android projectors and the dongles, your hardware will be probably 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of storage like this. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at this. So I'm going to go back, system, about the system. I'm going to try to see the specs. What do we have? We have Android 11, 4K, status, and yeah, I got the storage. So what do I got? I got 4.7 GB of storage right now. Yeah, so 4.7 is not much. This device is internally probably 8, and I've installed just VLC player, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Tabi and many other applications just for watching video. So I don't have any proper games. I just have probably a file browser. So even though I haven't installed anything, I have half the storage. So some of it for recovery, some of it for internal cache while you're playing movies. So clear the cache. That is something that you can do. As you can see, cache data is right now 382 megabytes. So if I come here, I can clear my cache. So that will add some more space. Let's go back and clear the data. As you can see, I got 15 megabytes instead of 380. That will speed me up, boost me up a little bit. So what we have right now is available 2.5 gigabytes or gigabytes. Some people just really bothers with how I pronounce stuff. This is not my native language. Other than this, what we could do is, of course, the apps. Okay, from here, let's go back. Apps. Well, what we are talking about, app permissions, you can restrict some of the apps or go to see the full apps, which will show you included built-in apps too. Some of the dongles are coming with creepy apps that you don't need, and some of the projectors are trying to show you some apps on the screen. For example, I don't use Disney Plus, and if you're not going to use it, you should be erasing it. I don't know if you can do it default Android theme of your device, but you can try. So as you can see right now that I have the MX Player, Netflix, Prime, Puhu, or S Sport. I don't use this, so I'm going to probably uninstall this. This is just an example, okay? This is some app that I never used. So this is the TRT television from Turkey, which I use the most. So VLC player, YouTube, YouTube Kids, YouTube Music. So other than that, I have camera. Since I don't have a camera, I can stop this app or I can disable this app. Right now, it's, as you can see, disabled and cache. Nothing much, so I don't have a potential camera. Show the system apps. This is the area that if you want to see some apps around the background. So ambient mode, I don't use it. So I can uninstall updates. I might not be able to uninstall totally everything, but I can install the updates, and that will save me 36 megabytes of space. But I can also disable it, because if you don't want the wallpaper or ambient mode, which I like, because if I don't use it, just some pictures comes from online, I like it. But if you don't, you can disable it, so that way you will disable a couple of apps, and that is also speed things up a bit. So other than that, Android system, as you can see, we are checking every bit of stuff. So this is the area that you can fine tune, but I suggest don't go too deep because you might fail with the system apps. I don't want you to mess up with too much of a system apps. So what have we done? We have removed the unnecessary apps going to the apps section. We have gone to the developer options, enable it with the Android version, built version, couple of clicks, and then we open up the developer and we cancel the animation. That really changed. As you can see, if I hit back, it comes. Even though you are seeing it's not perfect. But right now the menu, I think, is pretty fast to watch, as you can see. So, and I also reduced the resolution of my smart dongle. You might not be able to do it with a projector, but if you got a dongle like a Google Chromecast or Google Chromecast 4K, maybe some other stuff like Realme stick like me, or maybe even Amazon stick, you can dial down the full resolution into a full HD, so you can speed things up. You can still play 4K inside of that full HD signal. It's not going to ruin the picture quality of your video. Don't worry, your pixels will be there in the video. Not entirely maybe exactly same as the actual native signal, but it will be very close. It will be very hard from a distance to define that, at least if you got a good projector. So other than that, what do we have? The one last thing that I want to remind you is many of the Android projectors that I reviewed in the channel, if they are budget around the $100 mark or maybe even less, they tend to use default Android projector theme, and while they are doing this, they are lacking the Google L1 certificate. So they don't have the proper certificates for full resolution of Netflix, maybe Prime and other apps, and you're not going to have probably Google Play license. You can probably install any app because those things are really reliable. Many of the things that I review, I don't review the stuff that I don't care or I won't be using. But when you find out those projectors, they have some default theme and they're going to show you default recommendations. For example, this is a default Google TV menu, right? What we are probably going to do in the upcoming videos, if I include this knowledge to this video, it will be a lot longer and you guys don't want it. But what we're going to do is, let's go here to, I'm sorry to say, but my device don't go to the Google Play. Okay, so I got to go to the apps. Interestingly, from here I can find the Google Play Store. Directly I can't. So while I do it, I'm going to show you, you can install a launcher to your projector or your smart dongle. Let's see how that works. So you here go by, okay. I'm going to hit, yeah, launcher. So if you got an Android dongle like this or projector, you will probably not see as something like smartphone menu, okay? If I find my phone, let me just show you. It's the ideal way, I guess. So if you hit Google Play and if you hit search launcher, okay, these are the launchers that comes to my Android phone, and I can install nearly everything to my smart device. So you probably have seen a lot of launchers. Launcher means it will change the way that your interface. So the difficult you go on the interface, things will be slower. And the cheaper you go on the projectors, for example, less than $100, maybe less than $80 projectors, they tend to use simple launchers. The reason behind it, they don't have the beefy hardware to back it up, and they're using a smaller icons or lower resolution icons with a simpler menu that will make things faster for you to experience. So that's why they're faster. But in reality, their chipset, their internal power like CPU, GPU is not powerful. But what you can do, you can copy this into your TV and projector like this. So when you come around like this, when we go down to the launcher, I will have to compare a lot of launchers before create a dedicated what is the best launcher for many of the projectors out there. So this video will take a longer time. Give this video a thumbs up so I can check out something like this and create a tutorial for you guys. And if you have recommendations, you can write down below so I can try them too. So first thing is productivity launcher, at least what it comes down to my projector, Android dongle. As you can see, it feels like kind of like a Google TV or Android TV, but simpler, and it has sort of like a projector theme on the right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go a little bit of on the right. It says ATV launcher. It is about, I guess, $1 roughly. So this is the launcher's theme. And as you can see, icons are bigger. We don't have recommendations. Recommendations are making interface slower. Let me just give you an idea. If you got Amazon Prime Video recommendations on the top, Google movie recommendations on the bottom, and in the middle maybe a Netflix recommendations and YouTube recommendations, that is going to fill the entire first page of your device. And many of the default Android theme smart projectors or lifestyle projectors are coming that way. So what you're going to be doing is canceling all these recommendations. You don't have to add something like a weather gadget on the top. If you don't do it, things will get a lot faster, depending on your launcher, of course, how much power it uses. But this way you can clean the setup, and you can add also a cache cleaner program into the equation. But that's going to be another tutorial. I don't want to keep this video too long. So I'm going to go forward a little bit. There's a console launcher. I love it. So I like the picture style. This is designed to act like a PS4 or maybe like a Game Boy Advance style launcher view onto your phone so you can play the games, and while it looks this cool, like a Steam Deck or something like this. So I will get back. The icons are big and obvious, and that will probably make things faster for you. It looks a little bit of, you know, default Android, but still I am okay with that as long as it's faster. So Super Smart TV, there's a launcher like that. So as you can see, it feels more of a tablet style instead of a TV style, but you can customize it with apps, and you're not going to see the rest of the video recommendations, I guess. Other than that, let me just come here. Home TV, it says. It feels like a simpler launcher that you can choose a couple of. And let's go to one of the, yeah. Primal TV launcher. This is a costly one. This is about $4 or $5, and it says it is very customizable and fast, and I think it's a quite clean look. Yeah, you can really make it like a first launch brand new Android tablet clean look, and I think it will work for a lot of people. So by the way, you're seeing how fast I'm changing the images. That is because I've tuned this smart dongle. So I think this is a good tile, and how many apps kind of like you can add the icons and stuff. So let me know what you think under the comment section below, if this video was helpful for you to get your projector faster. So it already got my Android dongle faster, and it will work with many projectors. Believe me, probably 80 to 90% of projectors have the similar menus if you got a Google built-in Android. And if you have a specially dedicated like default theme, you should be trying this. If you can't find the menu in the not licensed version Android devices, you can at least try to install a launcher, better launcher, faster launcher, simpler launcher, so keep things small and neat. And then at least stop the programs, apps that you might not need in the future or you're not going to be using. Other than that, if you have a Google licensed Android built-in, Google TV built-in device, you can definitely do all these things to your TV and to your projector. But for the launcher setup, write me your recommendations, what's the best for you, what worked out, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Until the next video, hoşça kalın from Turkey and Home Cinema and Tech Review. Bye. And what do you do with a projector? You go big, right? So, in the end of the video, I will close the light. And when it gets dark, this is not an ALR screen. Yeah, it's something nice to have. 135-inch image on a big white wall. Pretty cool. Bye.